Hey guys, XL here with NNM Army. We did a joint potluck war with Brendon 1234, and I actually have Longbow here from Brendon. Say hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Really awesome war, especially for our 200th win. And also I have James here as well, getting a somewhat six pack this war. For 10v10s. Say hi, James.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
All right, so let's get to it. So yeah, we matched up against Aussie Addicts, which is interesting because our leader is from Australia. But anyway, pretty definitive win. I wasn't here for pretty much the entire war. I came in and did my Town Hall 9 attacks, and that was pretty much it. So so I guess we both got one 11v11 3-star. So I guess the difference lies in the 10v10s, and they left two 9s open, right?
Yes.
Think.
Yeah. We agreed no dip rules. That's the first thing.
Oh yeah, we agreed to no dip rules, which is why there's 9s left still on the board. But yeah, Long, your base and Mrs. base held up, so nice. All right, so let's get into it. Number 4. So Tim got this. He must have got this pretty late because I checked in towards the end of war, and this still didn't get a 3-star yet. 11v11.
Yeah. I think this was the second last hit.
Oh wow, nice. So he's got multi infernos, which is always nice. So it looks like his queen didn't exactly go the way that he wanted.
Yes.
It looks to me as if he wanted the queen to travel down towards 6 o'clock. However, because the queen can't reach anything here, the Inferno is out of reach, Wizard Tower, Mortar, and that cannon. So she goes for that cannon and wraps around the corner, and then immediately he sends in his P.E.K.K.A. Drops a wizard to create a funnel, and then drops in those wall breakers. So a couple of witches down behind the P.E.K.K.A. Drops in all his bowlers, and then a nice little jump spell to let everything into the core. Drops a rage spell. That jump spell, I believe, will allow the queen in as well. Not sure if that covers the wall enough for her to go through that jump spell. Yep, it does. Okay. So, nice warden pop there, blocking all three of those eagle shots. Healers are being very... the healers are doing very well healing those bowlers, because sometimes what ends up happening is healers get stuck on like the Grand Warden, just stay on him for like the entire raid like they're doing right now, but they're switching back to the bowlers. A lot of times that can cost you your 3-star if they don't tether to the right troops. But pretty much this is pretty much done. He's got a ton of bowlers left. Healers keeping them nice and healthy. He's got, I think, all his witches left. He's got, looks like 5 there. But yeah, queen ability still in hand, so definitely not an issue, especially with that multi-inferno. How much did they buff it?
10%.
It does more than a wizard tower now?
No.
It still doesn't?
No.
Oh, they need to buff it more. The multi. The multi is useless right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it does anyway.
Let me see. Number 9. Long, how do you pronounce the name? Is it Casa?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so Casa coming in with a 2 Golem Gobo here. Very nice funnel creation here. It really needs to be nice and clean when you're coming in from a corner like that. So all the bowlers do make it inside. None of them leak, so that's always nice. It's got a pre-poisoned the queen here. Also gonna welcome the CC troops into that poison there. Bowlers behind getting all those ground troops taken care of. Queen steps up, takes care of the baby drag, and now he's starting his hog. Very good timing on that. Don't want to wait too long for that. Don't want your kill squad to die off completely. You want to save as much of your kill squad as possible. That way they can help somewhat with getting a couple more buildings or with cleanup later on. But still has one more heal left after this one.
It's a nice poison.
Yeah, nice poison there. Doesn't have too much in the way of cleanup troops. He's got one wizard up here over to the left, and that's gonna help him clear the left section here. But pretty much it's all up to the hogs at this point. It's gonna get a nice split here.
Yeah. And I think this is the one where he finished it up like with 1 second on the attack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was right on the money.
If they'd stopped to sneeze, they wouldn't have gotten it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for sure, yeah. I think I sometimes do this too. You sort of have to plan out, how much cleanup troops you're gonna save, because you really can't depend on the fact that you're gonna get a lot of hogs left. Even if you do, they're gonna be grouped up at the end anyway. So it's sort of like just one big group, and you don't have a really good spread unless you got nice splits. But yeah, 10 wizards should have probably saved maybe just one more wizard or 2 more wizards for cleanup. Let me see. Number 12, Staccato. Didn't watch this yet. Okay, so he's using witches. He does do a lot of witches. I've seen him in FCs, and he's quite handy with the witches.
What he does do though is a queen walk with witches.
Yeah. It doesn't always work out, I think. Doing queen walk with witches, it's not for every base, let's just put it that way.
No. But he selects his base.
Right. So he does pop his queen ability here. Sends in a couple of wall breakers. They do fail. I didn't pay attention to... I guess it was a mortar shot, I guess, that took him out. But
yeah, there's a wizard tower there as well.
I see. So he drops the rage heal combo and lets the troops beat in through the wall there. And see, this is his queen luckily came back in, because to be honest,
Yes.
I think she should have been in with the army, because those inferno towers were 2 tiles away from the wall, and with that single jump he wasn't gonna be able to get that. Although if that jump was placed slightly differently, he could have maybe covered that wall and still gotten to the same compartments, but included that top inferno wall. But anyway, at this point it's pretty much game over. He's gonna beat through that wall with the help of the queen and the skeletons there, and with the 4 healers on her, it's GG. All the defenses will go down, other than that mortar, which obviously isn't a threat at all.
Yeah. Too many skeletons up.
Yeah.
It's that runway down the middle really what helped the bowler witch strategy there.
Okay, we're gonna play number 15. You ready, James? Because you're gonna cover this one. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
All right.
So this base was already hit with Sui Lalo. It was scouted as well, so we knew that there was a Hound CC in.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good for Sui Lalo. The other thing is we've got expos on ground, and there's a nice opportunity for loon pathing here.
Mm-hmm.
So the first Sui Lalo came from 12 o'clock, but I came from 9 o'clock because I thought there was more value at 9 o'clock.
3.
With the
3
Teslas.
o'clock.
Sorry, the 3 o'clock with the Teslas.
Yeah.
There's a bit more air targeting defences there.
Right.
So I actually hoped it would take the air defence at 9 o'clock, not the one at 12 o'clock. So I was a bit lucky. And that's why the minions were there. So I was a bit lucky there. So I was a bit thrown off, and that's why there's a slight delay here,
I
where I
see.
decided where I was going to send my loons from.
Yeah, I was wondering
So
that.
I saw a good opportunity to try and target the Inferno straight off. So, but unfortunately, my loons didn't quite get there. But it worked out nice because the rage that I put down for the Queen with the Skellies took the Queen and the Inferno out as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that worked out quite nice.
Yeah, that was a
So-
well-placed rage spell there, covering both
Yeah.
the loons and the skeleton spell. That's the very very useful part about skeleton spell is because you don't have to worry about giant bombs or anything like that.
Yes.
So I mean, you know for sure there's going to be some sort of traps in that compartment. However, none of them are going to get set off by the skeletons. So did
And I
very,
saved a
very-
few loons.
Yeah.
Saved a few loons for the side to keep them funneling in. So there's a nice spread of loons here.
Yeah, then
Uh,
that's good for especially when you're ending up on two wizard towers.
Yeah. I think what's one of the key things here when you've got single Infernos is traditionally with Suilalo you'd probably go with 4 hounds, but it's better to have more loons
Yeah, yeah.
on single Infernos. And I think the other Suilalo failed because there wasn't quite enough cleanup either. So I brought some extra minions.
Yeah, you still had 2 left in the bag as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Gonna go to 19, Paco's attack.
This is a great attack.
So he starts off with a golem here to the mortar. Baby drags down on either side to create the funnel. Some wizards down, test wall breaker, a couple more wall breakers. Everything is down at this point. The golem has done its job. It is going to die here to the Inferno Tower. Unfortunately, those giants took a little bit of a detour, and then that allowed the Barb King to get out in front, and he gets targeted by the single Inferno. But because of the nerf, the BK does not actually go down. With the use of the ability, he does actually stay up long enough for the bowlers to take out the Inferno, so he does survive there. Sends in the Hogs from the 3 o'clock side, drops a nice little heal spell there. The bottom CC group could have been delayed just a second. That would have allowed the Wizard Tower at the bottom to target the healed group instead of the unhealed group. But anyway, has a final heal, or actually he's got 2 more heals left. He's got this heal here waiting for the Hogs, also a poison spell there to take care of the skeletons, and he's gonna pretty much swag this heal here. Very nicely done.
It was the pathing for the hogs that the skill squad created. That's the most key important part for me for any kill squad based army.
So it looks like he has an archer, but he didn't drop it on the huts. That is something that you should pay attention to, Paco. Make sure you have at least 1 archer for each of those huts. Alright.
Yeah, and stop swagging heals.
Yeah, don't swag heals. Alright, I'm gonna play number 20 now. So this is James helping me out because I didn't have time to do my Town Hall 10s during the weekday. I don't have time during weekdays at work, so James stepped in and took care of business here on number 20. I'm gonna you ready, James?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so it's a very similar approach really to the previous Suilalo. Again, this was hit. It was a 96% Suilalo, so we knew what to expect. 2 things on the original Suilalo.
Who hit
It
it?
didn't get the nana. Pete hit it.
Okay, Pete. Okay.
His Pathin couldn't get his queen. Didn't get the air defense at 9 o'clock. Sorry, 3 o'clock that he wanted.
Okay.
But I managed to, after watching another attack, I managed to get the queen to target the air defense in order to create the pathing.
Did he start what, further south or something like that? or
He
further
started
north?
the king and the queen together at exactly at 9 o'clock together.
And the
So they
queen.
followed each other.
Oh, I see. Because of the
And
buildings being 2 tiles away from the wall, they walked around the
yes,
outside. Okay, I see what you're saying.
so
All
that's
right.
what happened. And the
Mm-hmm.
other thing, he only took one skelly spell,
Okay.
did Pete. So I took two.
Okay.
So I also brought the archer to distract the Laloon away from the loons as well. That's what that archer's there for,
But
to bring the hound away.
in hindsight, that doesn't really matter when you're using skeletons because uh, you're gonna lure them back anyway.
Yes. So yeah, so basically clockwise rotation on the Lalo, rage over the queen, drop both spells,
Mm-hmm.
skelly spells over. It got a little bit dicey. I was saving the heal spell for the end with the wizard tower and the multi inferno.
Right.
So that was what that. I should have dropped my CC hound a bit earlier, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
better to drop the CC hound as the second hound.
Yes, I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say I always drop it as the second hound because usually for that hound, usually the pups are safer. They survive. So obviously you want that to be your CC hound because then you get more pups out of it.
Yeah,
Nice
a little
heal
bit tight
here.
on time. Yeah,
Oh,
the
was it?
heal was
Yeah, a bit.
saved it.
But for sure you needed that heal. I think if you had one with a rage or even two haste spells, you might not have made it because of the splash
Yes,
damage.
splash.
Yeah, right after
Yes.
right after that air bomb as well, you were very low.
My that last haste probably could have been better used
Uh-huh.
near where the heal is, to be honest. But it's a bit nitpicking.
Yeah, I do notice sometimes when I see not this attack, but I see people using haste spells and they don't seem like they're dropping it in the right spots. Haste spells, you want to drop them on the way to a defense, but you want to cover at least the front half of that defense, front being the direction that the loons are coming in. That way, after the loons take out that defense, they're still in the effect of that haste, and they still carry that haste on to the next defense. Either that, or you want to put it in between two defenses, leading from one defense to another. But obviously, you want to cover as many as you can. But I do notice some people just drop the haste sort of short of the defense that they're going for, and then what ends up happening is the loons do rush to that defense, but after that defense, they're slow. So I do notice that a lot. But anyway. So that's gonna cover it. James does have to go.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit late for James, so thanks for joining us.
No worries. Good war, Long.
Yeah, definitely great war for our 200th win.
Yeah, it was definitely a good war.
All right.
Yeah.
Talk
Thanks
to you later.
to the
Yep.
thanks to the guys from Brendon for
Yeah.
joining us as well.
For sure.
It was a good team up.
Yeah.
Okay. Catch you guys later.
All right. Later, James.
Okay, bye, James.
Bye.
Okay, so we're gonna move on. Usually I do cut this into two videos. We'll see if we want to cut this into two videos, but anyway, here's the Town Hall 9 portion of this war. So we'll start with number 22. I just want to mention I did like number 21 as well, but we're gonna cover number 24, which is also by Kuvax. I like that one just slightly better. So anyway, we're going to start off with number 22. This was the second to last Town Hall 9 that we had up. And Nas was able to take this out with a split Sui, or semi-Sui. He does drop a couple of tanks here just to help out the queen. Does drop a Skelly spell there as well. Want to be able to distract that queen long enough for his queen to get her killed there. And then one thing I would have done differently here is he elects not to pop the queen ability. I understand why he did that. He didn't want to lure out the lava hound and potentially pop it, but because the queen's health was so low, she would have died before she even came close to killing that lava hound. So I think it would have been worth it to pop her ability and be able to get down that wizard tower, or possibly the Tesla as well. But anyway, on the other side, he drops down a Barb King, it looks like, to do a BK swap. Okay, Hogs making their way over. Drops a heal down there. Could have maybe waited for that heal and dropped it down a little bit further. But he has plenty of heals. Being a Sui attack, that's the benefit of doing a Sui attack, is that you can dedicate all 4 heals to your Hogs. So he has plenty of heals. So it is better to use them more. I guess, what is that called?
More sparing?
Yeah,
Is that what you're thinking?
yeah, pretty much. Since you have that, something Jake from One Hive always said was you can't heal dead hogs. So
Yeah, exactly. Well, probably sparing's not the right word then.
yeah, not sparingly. Well, when you have 4, you can use them less sparingly. There.
Yep. Less sparing. Yep, exactly.
Okay, so gonna move on to number 23. So I did do this one. It took me 2 tries. I screwed up my first one. So real quick here, I just want to sort of mention what my plan was. So doing a 2 golem entry, no bowlers. I do notice a lot of people like to bring bowlers, but you don't always need them, and if you can't get the value out of the 60 troop space, then it's kind of wasted. So pretty much I'm going to drop 2 golems. So my first one I messed up because I wanted to drop the first golem more here, and I didn't know if it was going to target this wall right here. And that's what I wanted. I wanted 1 golem here and 1 golem at this mortar. And then create the funnel on either side. I'm going to drop a baby dragon here on this elixir collector, and then wall break in sort of over here, and then jump spell to let them in to kill the queen, and also eventually take down these 2 air defenses, and then drop lava from this lava loon from this direction from 12 o'clock. There is a Tesla farm in this area here, but that's not really a big issue when you're dropping a lava to tank at first and then hasted loons into the Tesla farm, especially when they're all clumped up together. But yeah, my first attack, I wanted to drop the mortar golem first and then create the side of the funnel and then drop this golem, but I didn't know whether or not the golem would walk over towards the mortar. I was pretty sure it wasn't, but I wasn't 100% sure. So what I did was I dropped this golem first over here, and in case it went to the mortar, I was going to drop wizards, kill the mortar, and then drop the second golem over here to tank this expo. Because I knew that if the golem walked around, the expo might target my queen. But anyway, so I screwed up the first one. My queen ended up walking, and unfortunately, I was counting on the queen to be able to both snipe that queen if it stayed behind the wall, and also eventually get both of the air defenses. So on the second try, I knew where the golems are going to target, so I did it in the correct order, and also I delayed my queen long enough to make sure that she does go into the compartment with the rest of my kill squad. So at this point, I dropped the jump spell, rage spell. Rage could have been a little bit sooner here. I was actually trying to see if I actually needed a rage. I was going to save it for the loons if I didn't. But I dropped it because I felt like I needed it. So at this point, I knew I was good to go on the La Loon portion. So Lava Hound down to start the tanking, hasted loons, second Lava Hound down, and another haste down over this air defense. Queen, with the help of the golem tanking over there, takes down the second air defense. And at this point, I waited for the Lava Hound to get targeted by the last air defense, sent 2 loons in to directly target that air defense, and pretty much it's all over, all cannons from here on out. So that's it. Do end up popping the Lava Hound here, but I had a poison spell just in case. All right. Moving on to number 24. So Kuvax does a Queen Walk Lalo, one of my favorite attacks. So, Long, what kind of attacks do you usually like to do? Or do you use whatever is needed for the base?
Most of the time I use like a go wee wee,
Okay.
and then I'll use either a mass hog or a go ho.
Okay.
I've tried the loon or lava loon before, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very good at it. I need to practice it some more to make it work for me. And I've tried a few queen walks, but I'm just not good at them either. I need to practice some more. Need to do some more work with them.
Yeah, so I
So
started with Laloon, not necessarily Queen Walk Laloon, but I started my 3-star sort of career, if you want to put it that way. When I first got to Town Hall 9, me and one of my buddies from work, when we first transitioned to Town Hall 9, we sort of both started with Go Wipe, just practicing, funnels and whatnot. And then once we got the hang of Go Wipe, we did Go Wipe with back end hogs to convert it from a 2-star strategy to a 3-star strategy. And then honestly, I much prefer air than ground. I like it more, but I use ground a lot more than air in general. But I love air attacks. I love drag attacks at Town Hall 9, 10, and 11. But I don't get to use it that often, so whenever I do get the chance, I love doing air. And for Queen Walks, so I farm almost exclusively with Queen Walks. So
see,
that
I use like a go wipe, but I don't use any golems. I just use giants,
Giants, okay.
and my dark's so low that when I farm with it, all I'm trying to do is trying to get the dark elixir foundry.
Right, yeah. Well, when
Yeah.
you're doing targeted resource like farming, like for dark, you do like goblin knife and stuff like that to
Uh-huh.
be more cost effective. But what I do is when I farm for dark, I bring like 8 or 9 healers. I bring maybe like 6 to 7 giants, 6 to 7 wizards, at least 10 wall breakers, maybe a baby dragon, or 2 just to help with funneling, and I farm dark that way. So it's sort of like a queen dive instead of a goblin knife. And that
Uh-huh.
helps me, A, figure out like what direction my queen goes in when I'm doing funneling, and 2, how to create the other side of a funnel to push my queen from a queen walk to a queen charge. So that's what helped me out. Like since I've started at Town Hall 9, once my queen got to like level 15, since then I always farm with queen walks. So that's what's helped me do like sort of get more familiar with them. All right. Let's see. That was number 24. Really nice attack by Kuvax. I always love watching his Queen Walk Lalos. Okay, so number 32. This is Tim. Oh wait, no, I skipped one. Sorry. Number 27, I think, was the one I wanted to look at. Yeah, Heisenberg. I clicked it before. I don't know why. Okay. So this is is it a 3 golem witch attack? No, it's a 2 golem, and then got the witches at the corners to create the funnel. I myself, I am horrible with, well, not horrible, but I'm not good with witches. Um, I I'm the type of attacker where I have to control every aspect. It makes me nervous when I drop all my troops in like the first like 10 seconds of the attack, and then I don't know where they go. Well, you do with jump spells, I guess, but I don't know. It always makes me nervous when I'm doing a queen a witch bowler attack. I don't know. It just I don't have a feel for it. I think is the best way to describe it. And
Yeah,
that,
see,
yeah,
I'm, yeah, sorry, I'm the opposite. Like I like the witch attacks better. I like to put all my troops down in the first, you know, 10 to 15 seconds and then work on jumping them where I need them to go. But that's just my personality.
yeah. It's
So,
I don't know. I feel like well, it's true for any attack. You have to sort of get a feel for it. It's the same for La Lune as well. You have to get a feel for loon dropping placements and like the momentum and the sort of rhythm of the attack, if you will. And it's the same with the witches. I'm used to dropping down tanks, creating a funnel. But I mean, the funnel part is not the hard part. I don't know. I just don't have a good feeling for it. Um, I mean, I've done them before,
yeah.
10v10 and 9v9. I've done witch attacks before. Actually, no, 9v9 I might not have ever done a witch attack. Because I feel like, well, for Town Hall 9s, you have so many options. There's many ways to 3-star a base. 10 is much harder. You sort of have, really just one or two or maybe three ways to attack a base, and it's usually defended against like at least one type of attack pretty well, whether air or ground. But yeah, I just personally don't have a feel for it. I've tried it a couple of times. I just don't know. Can't get it down.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Tim. Coming in with a 2 golem hobo. Looks like he is also the one who got that 11v11 3-star, so nice war for Tim. Comes in with a couple of wizards for a funnel, test wall breaker, a couple more wall breakers just to finish off that wall. Looks like one golem is going to reroute and the other one is going to stay there, which isn't bad because it's getting a little bit low anyway. So it's gonna spend the rest of its life tanking that cannon. Poison spell down for the CC. Everything is down except for Baby Dragon, which the Queen is going to take care of there. Troops make it into the core, and while the Barb King is tanking in the core, he starts dropping in his hogs, which is good. Always want to drop the hogs nice and early, that way your kill squad can tank for your hogs, and also your hogs can potentially save your kill squad. That heal spell also covering that Barb King, which is very nice. Keeps him alive to start working on that town hall. Hogs are going to finish up on that cannon. Has a lot of them left actually. It's got archers for all the huts, like I mentioned before. Always make sure you got the archers for the huts. Don't want to get a 99% if you can avoid it. Very nicely
Yeah, always
done.
in my attack, I hang on to either two archers. I usually have two archers in my account, so I always hang on to them in case there's the huts at the end.
Right.
I've done so many 99 attacks because of
Oh
one
yeah.
hut.
Yeah. Same
I
here.
think we all have.
Yeah. All right. Number 33. How do you say his name? Ferreria?
Ferrer. Yeah, I'm not sure. Ferreria?
Okay.
I don't know because he's never told me.
Okay, so Ferreria, Ferreria coming in also with a witch attack, more golem heavy. I've noticed, and no healers as well. So it's just a line of golems here. I'm not sure if this was a fresh hit or not. We can take a look after attack is done. But I'm gonna assume that this wasn't a fresh hit. He knew exactly where that Tesla farm was. Hence the extra golem for more tanking to deal with that Tesla farm. He's got the funnel created pretty much on both ends. As soon as that air defense goes down, the funnel is created. Remember that you not only have to take out the trash buildings around the wall, but also the first line of buildings inside the wall on either side to make it a good funnel for bowlers because they are ranged troops. But got this nice little road down the middle that he's sending his bowlers in, and they're going to be able to clear up pretty much all of the base in its entirety here, except for this last section. And the queen is going to come around the other end. It looks like not sure those witches up top are going to survive. There are 3 of them, but they are dealing with that wizard tower. Looks like the bowlers are going to get sniped off, but not before they finish off that that archer tower. The witch does survive. Oh no, it does go down to a bomb there. Swags his skeleton spell there, pops the queen ability, and finishes. Very nicely done. Okay, number 38. Or is it 36? 36? Okay, so number 36. So some bases, right when you see them, you pretty much know what to do, and this is one of those bases. He's has this open cavity here where his heroes are staying. And not only that, but he's getting a lot of value around the outside as well, taking down 2 wizard towers, and potentially a 3rd wizard tower if that queen gets to it. But so not only did he create a nice little path there where Nats didn't have to use any wall breakers or a jump spell, he saved a lot of spell space. So he's able to use that here pretty not sparingly. What is the word? I still can't think of the word.
I'm not sure either.
Pretty it's like on the tip of my tongue. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, that you have them, so you're using more of them.
Yeah.
I just can't think of.
God, it's at the tip of my tongue.
I don't know.
Whatever. But Queen does survive. That's always nice to see. She's always great for, well, not always great. Sometimes she's great for cleanup. Sometimes she'll spend the rest of the attack hitting walls. Actually, most of the time she's hitting walls. So.
Yeah, she just stops and starts shooting walls.
Let's see, number 38. This was also mine. Like I said, if I get a chance to do an air attack, I always take it. So for this attack, start a queen walk there. Baby dragon goes down to create a funnel. I did purposely drop the baby dragon at an angle where it'll take that wizard tower, but my queen ends up taking it anyway. Drop a loon for the troll Tesla there. And then I'd also drop a Barb King to start creating a funnel for my queen on the other end to force the walk into a queen dive, like I mentioned before. So at this point, once that mortar goes down, queen is going to go into towards the enemy queen here. Drop the rage spell for the queen while she's dealing with the CC troops, poison for the CC troops. Queen is going to be able to get the expo, the second air defense, as well as that sweeper. So as soon as the queen is about to lock onto the enemy queen, I do start my Laloon portion of this attack. I pop the queen ability here. I wasn't in any danger of dying. However, I wanted to get to that sweeper quickly because that's the sweeper that's pushing or facing my loons. And then that jump spell eventually allows the queen to get into the core, which and then she's going to help take down that last air defense as well. I should have dropped the haste here. Don't know why I didn't. Would have been able to save a couple of pups. But pretty much done at this point. Drop down a couple of hastes just to speed things along. Alright. All right, we're gonna end on number 40, so you can take this one.
So what I did is I'm doing the same attack as Fresh. I can't remember how to say his name. Freroche, whatever.
Ferrero Rocher.
For share. Roger. So what I did is I dropped. It's the same one. You know, it has the 3 golems.
Uh-huh.
You know, the witches and the wizards.
Mm-hmm.
And then you drop it down, and then you always drop the 3 golems down. And I put it on that mortar, and then up so it would come into the center. So I was creating the funnel there.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way that this one really works, this attack really works, is if you can get see my queen starting to walk away a little bit, which is not good, but I think she ends up walking, but it's really hard to make this attack work if your bowlers and your queen doesn't go into the center of the base. It's extremely hard, and so then I just took and bounced them into the areas that I thought they needed to go. And then at the end of the attack, where I get it, is everything kind of comes together at the bottom at the Tesla farm.
Right.
And then it kind of like makes a swinging door, and it swings into that. And that's how I'm able to get that base.
So it was good though, because the expos were both towards the top where you made your entry, and by the time the queen walked, both expos had gone down. Usually, the bases where the queen, walking is bad is if there's like secluded expos, and you know how they put the expos in like an isolated compartment, and they put like 2 tiles on each side. If it's unreachable by the Barb King, the bowlers, and because witches, that they don't deal too much damage, so it takes them forever, and their skeletons are going to end up walking because they're ground units, and then the witches get sniped down. So that's when you run into problems. But with this base, you were able to take down both expos before the queen started walking. So it actually kind of worked out better.
Yep, and that's always kind of my goal, is to try to get the expos and the queen, and then obviously the CC troops. If I can get all those as I'm coming into the core, then it seems to help a lot. So, because like the expos and obviously the CC troops, but the queen doesn't do a number on those witches. So
I have trouble deciding what composition to use. Most of the time when I'm doing a bitch attack, I'm using healers. Obviously that's not the case if there's like air defenses on the exterior, but I have trouble deciding sort of what composition to use. Bring 2 golems, 3 golems, or even bringing giants sometimes. I don't know what to bring for that attack. I'm just so not used to doing that style of attack. But do you usually bring 3 golems, or?
Yeah, well, with that attack I always do. So
I don't know. I need to start practicing that and getting better at it, because it's the most, I feel like it's the most safe attack when you're doing fresh hits. It's so much safer than doing a queen walk, because queen walk goes wrong, you're done. And with no scout, like, you don't know where things are. One Tesla can throw off your walk and force your queen to go the wrong way. So it's kind of risky unless you have a proper scout already on the base. So I feel like with bitch attack, it's so much safer. I just need to get much better at it.
Yeah. So that's me. I need to practice some more attacks and learn a few more. So, but it's always changing and evolving.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for joining me on the recap. I think you guys had mentioned you're doing NDL on Monday.
I believe so. I kind of was reading the text before I came here, but I didn't read all of it. Okay. So I think we are. I think it's our playoff opener. So,
Oh, okay. Cool, cool.
so
Well, I mean, I don't think I can do my Town Hall 10 or my Town Hall 11 because during the weekday I have like no time at work, but I do during the weekdays put in my Town Hall 9s because I can get them done the first night. So if you guys do need 9s, let me know.
okay, yep, I'll definitely pass that along. If we need some 9s, I'll let AD know that you'd be willing to bring yours over.
Okay,
So,
cool.
okay.
Sounds good. All right,
Alrighty.
talk to you later. Thanks.
Yep, thanks. Bye.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.
Yeah, we did enjoy it. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.